What is the dirtiest country in the world?
India?
It's not India. That's a good guess, though. Give me one more guess.
It's definitely India.
I want you to go back.
Okay.
Go back.
But I'm
Go
Canadian.
back to India.
I hate you fucking Indians, that's why.
Oh my God, guys, record.
Like everywhere I fucking go, you Indians are fucking everywhere. Go back to India.
Why?
We don't want you
You
here.
don't know what to hang out with
We
these
don't
people
want
here.
you here. I'm Mexican, and I paid my way here.
Pakistan is so much better than India. Even at 3,900 meters in the air in the mountains, they have bins. They have bins. Where are your bins, India? Pakistan has them in the mountains. No trash. Wow. How are you? Say hi to my country people. Can you say hi? Hi.
Thank you.
See these beautiful ladies of Canada, white girls.
Boys, look at them, the little taggy, you have to stop me in the road there. Come on, that's the job. Give it to them there, that's it.
Why are you in my country? Why are you here? Yeah, why are you in America? I don't like you guys here. There's too many of you guys here. Yeah, Indians, you guys are flooding all the white countries, and we're tired of it. Americans are getting sick of this shit. Okay? I want you to go back to India. Tired of these fucking goddamn brown people invading our fucking country. Fucking bullshit.
Something terribly wrong is going on in Canada as we speak right now. I mean, Canada is facing an Indian takeover. And by this I mean that Indians are on the verge of taking over Canadian cities. If you go to some of these Canadian cities, there are neighborhoods made up of only Indians. They are towns where Indians are the majorities. So I know these are Indians who are beneficiaries of the TFW program that is currently going on in Canada, of which the TFW is not effective, but I digress. In this video, I want to be talking about that. I'll be talking about, or rather we will be discussing about what these Indians are bringing to the table. You know, it's not just their existence, but currently Canadians are fed up. There is some sort of exhaustion that Canadians have as far as how our Indian brothers and sisters conduct themselves. They have no civic sense. And this is not what I'm saying. This is what Canadians claim. And the proof is all over the internet. We have so many videos of Indians doing the most bizarre things you can think of. And in this video, we will look at all those things and then discuss why don't they have civic sense, or why are these things happening in Canada and how can we solve it. So I believe it's an uncomfortable conversation, but it's a conversation that we all need to have. These are our Indian brothers and sisters who came to Canada in search of greener pastures. They came to Canada in search of better opportunities and to better their lives. But while they left their third world countries, they came into Canada with their third world behavior. They did not leave their third world behaviors back into their countries. So they are trying to bring the third world behaviors into a first world country. We all know that Canada is a well-developed first world country, and it will be such a pity to see that our Indian brothers and sisters are coming with these behaviors. These are behaviors that can drag down a first world country. And they say that when you go to Rome, you have to do what the Romans do. Our Indian brothers have gone to Rome, but they are trying to bring Hinduism with them. In fact, they are trying to turn Canada into Canindia, as people say. So I have seen Indians. I know Canada is a multicultural country, but why stop our roads? Why stop Canadian roads in the name of celebrating a public holiday? Why stop traffic? Why cause chaos? There are so many things that our Indian brothers and sisters are doing against the liking of Canadians, and it's all over the place. So this video we will be looking at that. I have put together insightful videos that I believe will shape your thinking and you'll find insightful. So without wasting any time, let's get to watch the videos, and then thereafter I'll be back with my commentary. As usual, I am your commentator and your host and your presenter, Kachina, and as usual, I'll ask you, if at all you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and you may also consider supporting this channel by subscribing to it. Anyway, let us get straight into the video.
Somebody needs to explain why. Why are there so many Indians in Canada? What am I missing here? Can somebody please explain why the fuck there's so many Indians here? Please. I gotta understand why. Please tell me. Please. Can somebody please explain?
700 students tricked by an immigration scam are being sent back to India.
Indian people are racist.
I'm sick and tired. All the people today are sick and tired. It's not politically correct to say it, but if you want to get away with murder, you kill an Indian because we don't get justice.
I'm being aggressive to you because too many Indians are in Canada, and I want you to go back. Go back.
But I'm
Go
Canadian.
back to India.
Bro, there's a lot of people applying, but Indians are hiring Indians.
That is why we have to send all of you back to India.
Have you noticed that there's more hate towards Indians online now rather than a few years ago?
Canada is the next India. By the way, I love my Indian brothers and sisters out there. I love them. Their parties are amazing. They do a lot of work for Canada. Why can't y'all just do a party in a banquet hall, bro? Bro, I want to know what the neighbors are thinking, bro. Like, imagine you wake up hearing something like that, bro. Brown parties, they slap, bro. But we kind of got to show some respect, you know, to, like, the neighbors and stuff. Do you guys think, like, this is normal or no? Like, should there be more parties like this in Canada? I mean, it looks fun. But I don't know if, like, you know, the people here in Canada are going to like it, you know?
For an argument or for a conversation, for boneless and tenders, if the chicken is white, the chicken is cooked. But for the classics, near to the bone will always be pink.
That's ridiculous.
That's cooked. You can have the picture and send it to the wing shop, like to the main, like the manager.
You're kidding, really?
Yeah. All the classics. Maybe this is your first
classics for you, it's going to be the same. Yeah.
So if you you're just gonna keep feeding raw chicken to people.
It's not wrong. It's not wrong.
That's not
That's
wrong.
fucked. That's...
Guys, I've been seeing a lot of hate towards Indian people on the internet, and I wanted to talk about it. So as a lot of you know, I'm from Canada and I live in Toronto. In Toronto, we have a lot of Indian people. And on the internet, there's been a lot of racism towards Indian people, saying they're not welcome in our country and they're being hated for no absolute reason. They're being blamed for taking jobs and being rude. But in all truth in this, these people do their jobs better than us, and that's why they deserve them. It's not like we're just giving them all our jobs. They work hard, they're very respectful and nice. Every time there's an Indian worker, they're very nice to me. And listen, these people, they come from a place where they're looking for a better life. If I was in their position and I could come to Canada, I would take it too, and you probably would as well. So stop being rude, spread positivity. These people are just trying to have a better life. Don't blame them, blame the government if you have a problem.
Back in the early 2000s, brown people used to be the most respected, bro. They would take all the good jobs like doctors, engineers, lawyers, everything. After 2020, a group of brown people came here to study, just like how our parents did. But instead, they're doing silly mistakes, such as messing up people's orders, didn't know how to drive, and they were just basically messing up the whole brown people reputation. And today's time, with social media being so huge, that if one brown guy does a silly mistake, it messes up the whole brown people's reputation, right? And brown people that came in the early times are getting the same hate as the brown people that are new to Canada in today's time.
Guys, when you land at Pearson's Airport in Canada, you literally think you landed in New Delhi. Next time you land at Pearson's, pay attention. You'll realize that majority of the workers are Indian, right? It's like an 80-20 ratio. Like 80% of the workers at Pearson's Airport, you know, scanning your body and freaking doing all that stuff at the check-in and check-out are Indian. Not only that, the workers are Indian, but the whole airport demographic is Indian too. Genuinely pay attention. If you want an honest answer, I'd say for every 10 people, there's like 6 to 7 Indian people. So I don't know what's happening to this country, but it does not feel like you landed back in Canada. It literally feels like you landed somewhere in the middle of nowhere in India.
I was on a lineup earlier waiting for a bus, and these group of Indians came out of nowhere and cut the line. Until one guy in front of the line told his staff on what is happening.
Welcome back to the video. I am so glad and thankful that you've watched the video to this point. So, having watched the whole video, please, before we begin the discussion, just tell me what your thoughts are concerning all these that you've seen. Let's have this conversation. Let's have a talk. I do try to read all of my comments and reply to most of them, if not all of them. Tell me what you think about all these. Do Canadians hate Indians in the first place? Or is it that they hate their behaviors? You know, hating the Indians and hating these Indian behaviors, or rather Indian behaviors, they are two different things. So let it not look like Canadians hate Indians. I think Canadians hate these third world Indian behaviors, these third world Indian cultures. You know, some say they're just being unapologetically Indian. But as soon as you leave your third world country and you're moving to a first world country, the only reasonable thing is that you leave behind your third world behaviors. But this is something that our Indian brothers and sisters have refused to do. If you look at the case of Indians defecating in the ocean or in the seaside, that's something that you do not expect in a first world country. And there is also the frustration of Canadians who are lacking jobs. There is inadequate, the jobs in Canada are kind of inadequate to the okay, there are jobs in Canada, don't get me wrong, there are jobs in Canada, but Canadians are not able to secure these jobs simply because they're being taken by our Indian brothers and sisters. And remember that when it comes to the job market, we're not blaming our Indians. It's the government that is allowing all this to happen. And while Canadians are jobless, the government of the day is silent about it, not doing nothing. The last thing I checked, the only thing it's doing, the government is just sending money abroad, sending money for aid, funding the violence happening in Ukraine. It's quite unfortunate that such a thing is happening, and I wouldn't want to blame the Indians for the lack of jobs, but there is a frustration amongst the Canadian citizens. The Canadian population want these jobs. Canadian teenagers want to go back and work at Tim Hortons, but our Indian brothers and sisters are the ones that are taking these jobs. And remember, although it's not their fault, there is some frustration amongst the public. The normal citizen wouldn't want to know that it's something that has been choreographed by the government. The TFW program has been choreographed by the government. The mass immigration is something that the government knows very well, and it is something that at the moment can be termed as irreversible, because Mark Carney is defending the program. I don't know what he has to benefit from the program, but he is defending the program with all his heart. And it has reached a point whereby these Indians in Canada have grown so much in number to the extent that they have their own representatives in the parliament. So whenever any politician thinks of crossing them, or maybe even deporting some of them, or even closing the TFW program, or ending the TFW program, then they begin thinking about losing numbers when it comes to election, or they are afraid of being termed as racist. So it's something that has reached a very difficult point. But generally, the thing that Canadians hate is the third world behaviors that these Indians are coming into Canada with, but not hating Indians. Nobody will hate somebody just because of his or her origin. And if at all there's somebody who can hate you because you come from a specific place, then that is quite sad in the 21st century if at all such a thing is happening. The hate that is there is more frustration and hating those third world behaviors that they have. So if at all these Indians can just wash away the behaviors or get rid of the third world behaviors that they come with in Canada, then I think these two populations can coexist well. But if anything, that's not the case. Indians who come into Canada do not want to assimilate. They do not want to adjust. They do not want to do what the Romans are doing in Rome. They come there and they expect that you will bend into their rules. They expect that you will bend into their systems. Walk into a Canadian airport today and you'll think that you've landed probably in Punjabi or in Hyderabad, India. Why am I saying that? It's because the number of Indian staff members in these airports is so high you can't imagine. And the same Indian people are the people who are causing chaos in public. They have no civic sense. They do not know how to use these public spaces well with people. You know, you may expect that common sense is something common to all human beings, but again, you just realize that in some of our third world countries, common sense is very rare. I wonder why it was called common sense while it's not common. In some of these third world countries, common sense is not common. I know even at this point, even my African people are affected because I've seen it happen whereby people just refuse to utilize their common sense. That is the exact thing that is happening to our Indian brothers and sisters. But again, if you go to a first world country, please try and adjust. Leave behind your third world behaviors. I have videos of creators saying exactly that. So I believe they should adjust, and the government of the day should do something about it. Anyway, those are just my thoughts. Please tell me what your thoughts are in the comment section, and I will be really glad to read them. I do read all of my comments and reply to most of the comments, if not all. So please leave a comment. Tell me where you're watching from. Tell me where you're tuning from. Tell me if at all you enjoyed the video and what is your take on this very uncomfortable topic. Otherwise, I just ask you to give this video a thumbs up if at all you enjoyed it, and if at all you've not subscribed, then the question is, what are you waiting for? Nothing. Anyway, that's it from me. I have been your presenter and your host, Kachina, and thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to all my subscribers who are loyal and do support this channel by coming back each and every time to watch a new video. Thank you so much. I feel so blessed having you around, and that's all for today. I hope to be seeing you in the next video. Until then, have a good day, a good evening, or a good night, whichever time you're watching. Bye.